The good thing about being big is knowing the way to the top and being able to chart it much faster. And Barca is showing this, even with several humiliations and without a dime in their pocket. They never stop looking ahead. Barca is bulldozing through all the teams they face. It seems like they've really learned life's lessons, and now they're coming full force to conquer the Champions League. The arrival of Cancelo and João Felix has transformed the club. But what magic is this? Why is Barca playing so well? They have a secret, and that's what we're going to find out in today's video. Welcome to the Goal Gossip channel. Don't forget to subscribe. In the European summer of 2021, Messi made a decision about his career. Instead of returning to compete in the Champions League to win another big-eared trophy, the Argentine wanted to leave Barca. He was determined until he spoke to his family. Immediately, he changed his mind when he saw tears in the children's eyes who didn't want to leave Catalonia. It was for the sake of his family that he decided to stay, and even though many disagreed, everyone understood. The problem is that UEFA changed the fair play rules and wasn't willing to turn a blind eye, not even for the greatest player in their league. Since Barca didn't have the money, they had to let Messi go, initiating a dark period for the club without a penny in their pocket, not even enough money to buy a coloured photocopy. What's most incredible is that years ago, Barcelona went through something similar. After Professor Kraft left the team in '95, the Blaugranas ceased to be competitive at the European level and even went 4 years without winning La Liga, which eventually sank the ship, making the team mediocre. That was until the arrival of Ronaldinho and the rise of Messi. Once again, they didn't prepare for the departure of the most important players in the squad. What's worse, they almost emptied their own coffers and came close to closing their doors. At least some interesting things happened amidst this chaos. Laporta took over the presidency and is doing everything to keep the club competitive. In November 2021, Chavez took the helm. Even though the team fell in the group stage 2 times in a row and was humiliated by Bayer, with Chavez at the helm and now Deco as the new sporting director of the club, they got rid of those tarnishing one of the most iconic jerseys on the planet. This season, players like Dembélé, Serginho, Dash, Griezmann, Look, and De Jong left. They are walking a tightrope and are doing quite well. Barca's latest transfer window is the best one the club has had since Neymar's departure in 2017. They brought in an underrated midfielder, Oriol Romeu, and Gundogan, who helped fix the club's midfield. They also acquired the defender Íñigo Martínez, João Cancelo for the fullback position, and João Felix, who are putting on incredible performances. So far, these two seem to have revived a style of play we've never seen before. Barca spent a total of €3.4 million and also sold €105 million worth of players, not to mention getting rid of players they no longer needed to pay salaries to. This significantly reduced the club's wage bill, relieving the financial pressure, paying off debts, and even investing in a new stadium. Not just a stadium, but a larger, more technologically advanced and safer structure for the club, which will generate much more revenue than the Camp Nou was generating. Despite being amazing, what's most impressive is Xavi's work. He managed to assemble a highly competitive team with very little money and by utilizing the club's youth academy. He not only brought these names together, but also infused dynamism into the team and restored the confidence of some great players like Ferran Torres, who doesn't even seem like the same guy from last season. He's playing exceptionally well. Rafinha has finally found his form again, and João Felix is on fire. The young lad arrived like he wanted to fulfill a dream, but it seems like he's the one fulfilling the dreams of Barcelona fans. He's much more confident now, with fewer defensive responsibilities, and he's become the João Felix we saw shining at Benfica. So far, the Portuguese star has played 4 matches, scored 3 goals, and provided 1 assist. He was awarded the man of the match twice, including in the Champions League route, where he was outstanding. Besides returning to the midfield, he's facing less pressure when playing, because he's supported and covered by experienced players like Gundogan, De Jong, Kong, and Romeu. Speaking of Romeu, he has been a key piece for João Cancelo. The Portuguese player has been transformed into a versatile asset in Xavi's squad, often moving from the full-back position to the centre. Cancelo makes attacking runs with great one-on-one skills, quick touches, and excellent vision. Romeu is providing solid protection for him at the back. As Xavi himself said, great players understand each other. One of the main beneficiaries of all this is Lewandowski, who is scoring more goals thanks to the excellent opportunities created. The situation is so incredible that 2 different formations are even used during the game. When Barcelona has the ball, they adopt a 3-2-3-2 formation, bringing creative players closer to create opportunities. When they don't have the ball, they switch to a defensive 4-3-3 formation to cover more of the field. Their playing style focuses on ball possession and dominance, creating plays primarily through the middle and on the wings. Speaking of which, the competition on the right wing is intense, with Rafinha and Lamina battling for the spot, while Ferran Torres and João Felix are competing for the other side of the field. However, every player on the field enjoys significant freedom. Xavi fully supports one-on-one attacking. If they lose the ball, they apply immediate pressure on the opponent as players are close to the ball, helping to stifle the opponent and regain possession to thwart the counter-attack. This exceptional team has allowed Xavi to calmly develop his young talents, especially Grave, Pedro, and Mal, who are the most promising ones. The start of the season has been overwhelming for Barcelona, and the sun is shining once again for the Catalans. Barcelona is playing football with the potential to reach at least the quarterfinals, or perhaps even make it to the Champions League final. The only potential obstacle may be the youth of the players who need more experience to compete in the Champions League, especially against teams like Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Depending on what the team accomplishes this year, they could potentially earn a significant amount of money. However, to sustain this success, they would need to secure a La Liga title, Copa del Rey, and at least reach the semi-finals of the Champions League. To possibly have the necessary funds, and considering the increasingly competitive landscape with stronger teams, Xavi, Laporta, and Deco might need to work some magic in the transfer window. As for your question about which team has made better signings compared to Barcelona, it's a subjective matter and can vary based on individual opinions. Several factors come into play, including a player's performance, how well they integrate into the team, and their impact on the overall success of the club. In terms of where Xavi's signings might take Barcelona, there's potential for the team to compete for a La Liga title and even make a deep run in the Champions League. Xavi's ability to create a cohesive and dynamic squad with limited resources is impressive. And if his new signings continue to perform well and mesh effectively with the existing team, Barcelona could be a formidable force in both domestic and international competitions. It's worth noting that success in football is never guaranteed, and there are many variables at play, such as injuries, competition from other top teams, and the dynamics of the season. However, the future looks promising for Barcelona under Xavi's leadership, and they have the potential to achieve significant success in the coming seasons.